C-Dub on the beat.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Come on.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Man, I just had my kids for 2 weeks. I wanted the first 2 weeks of summer vacation. Did all kinds of stuff with them, man. I had a great time. They just left this morning. So this whole 2 weeks, I didn't record not one video. I already knew they were coming, so I had pre-planned and made, I think, 21 videos in less than 2 weeks. And I was giving you guys just that. So I haven't been able to keep up with the relevant content, but there's a couple of videos I want to do some reactions to, just give my personal opinions on. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up to all the relevant stuff that's been going on, man. My apologies, man. I just, when my kids are here, man, I'm just a dad, dude. I like spend time with my son, take him places. I've been to the beaches. I've been to lakes. So, I went to a lot of places, man. It was a fun time. So let's get into this video. Now, what I'm about to show you, right, is it was a new flower. He's from Tulare. I guess he was really pressing a hard line out there, but he was also, from what I was described as he was a tweaker, he was a smoker, skante warrior. So he was doing his thing, but he was well known in Tulare. And the reason why I wanted to do this video, it took me a while. I've had this video for like a month, but it took me a while because when this situation occurred, everybody said that this new flower looked like me. He's tatted in the face, tatted on his head, you name it. And when this situation occurred, I knew about it. I had did a video about it, maybe like when it happened, like a month later, sometime beginning of last year. I waited for a little bit because, a lot of people from Tulare know me. That's just the truth. Whether they hate me or love me or they just don't care. A lot of people in my town know my story and know the politics that did me dirty, but they still stand on business. And it's all business, so I have to give them that respect. But it's a trip that the same people that didn't like me, didn't want to talk to me, didn't want to watch my content, the moment this happened and nobody knew who the exact victim was, people blew up my mom's phone, my brother's phone, my cousin's phone, my family's, my second cousin's. Like, hey, man, was that your cousin that they got gunned down? Maybe they were inquiring to see whether or not, hey, fool, did the homies finally get him? Or did they really like, damn, fool, that fool got smoked? Damn, that's messed up, man, but it is what it is. If I wanted to, I could name off people that are active to this day to actually call my mom and call my brother like, hey, fool, was that your brother, fool? No, I just want to make sure, fool. I want to check to see if everything's okay. Because somebody asked me if I still keep in touch with my homies. In the beginning, yeah, but now that I got this big on YouTube and hated like it's like a mother. No, a lot of them fell off, but it's surprisingly somebody reached out to me yesterday, and he heard my whole story. And he was just like, look, bro, I get it. He goes, man, I chose to raise my daughter, bro. Like, I heard your story and I heard a couple other stories and I just went to the pen for like 2 years. He goes, I seen what I needed to see to come home. I'm active. I'm always going to be active, but I'm raising my daughter, bro. I'm staying out the way. So I respect it, bro, but, I really can't support you and watch your content. And I was like, hey, fool, it's all love, bro. We have childhood memories, man. Let's live on that. Let's remember those. So when this took place, what I'm about to show you, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the gas station surveillance footage, so to speak. So I'm not going to give you the part where they shoot him down. And hopefully law enforcement will get on my bumper for this. But I'm pretty sure if I was able to obtain it a year later, they already had the surveillance footage in the first place. So let's just hope I don't get in trouble, all right? So what you see across the screen is an argument. The dude's known as a new flower. I don't know what happened, but like I said, what they told me what happened is they caught him slipping at the gas station. He got confrontational. He started calling them out. He approached the actives. The actives, I don't know what the conversation came up with or what they were arguing about. But throughout this whole video, they're going to be arguing for quite some time. And then they draw down and shoot him multiple times. And like I said, new flowers are a big thing. I have a couple of new flowers that talk to me that tell me that they're in Porterville. They tell me they're still in Tulare. But let me tell you a little story. It was in 2003, I paroled in 2003. I went back to Hawaii 2004, and I came out in 2004. In 2004, there was a big thing going on with the new flowers. Why? Because in 2001, a new flower was running Tulare County right after they killed the C Cobra from Visa. So they killed him. The streets were up for the taking. Now, Weddle T was in Pelican Bay. He was already crossing over on the SNY side, but he was in Pelican Bay with Cuete and a bunch of other big figures from Visalia. And he was the sergeant at arms at the time. and he still had a lot of connection, a lot of communication with the streets. So even though Weddle T was on the SNY for 2 years, he ran Tulare County, a big portion of it, not all of it, because the 2001 was the Black Widow operation, the Black Widow indictment. So a lot of carnales got shipped to the feds or taken and indicted going to the feds. So there wasn't a lot of oversight when it comes to Tulare County and other street regiments. So Weddle T took initiative to take over. So you had Weddle T, like I said, you had Adolf, you had Capone, you had Caps, you had Animal, and then Mark Bad Boy from Tulare. He wasn't a new flyer, but he kicked it with them. But he was just deemed no good because he was always doing bad stuff to the homies, like burning the homies, knocking homies out. I don't know if he died. Somebody asked me if he died. I said I didn't hear about it. But he was the kind of type that, you know, he'd beat the hell out of you. Didn't care about rules, didn't care about politics. He was just a hood dude. And even though he got deemed, he still showed up in the hood because he was a big boy. And nobody pressed him. Nobody tried to get down with him. Nobody tried to gun him down because he'd gun back. Weddle T was known to gun back. A lot of times Weddle T would shoot at people, and when the streets got too hot, he would just do a prison violation, go to Cork and Shoe, go to Pelican Bay, still run the streets. But he did it for 2 years, and Tulare County finally got back in order under the umbrella when the Carnales finally took it back. But by that time, he already recruited so many people that were doing his bidding, doing his favors, working for him, that a lot of people got deemed no good because they knew, hey man, you were working with Weddle T and you didn't know he was a new flower. And before anybody could really say, like, nah, I really didn't. I thought he was a sergeant at arms. He said he was a regiment commander. He was writing us this and this and that. We don't know who this person is. Like I said, when you get placed under investigation, there's some people that'll go through it. There's some people that'll be like, you know what, I'm going to ride it to the end. If I get smoked, I get smoked, bro. But I know I'm in the right. If people are in the right and feel like they're righteous, they'll stand on it and go to the end. And it all depends if the household, the casa, the regiment commander, whoever's responsible for the streets, it's up to them whether they pull the trigger or give you a pass, give you cleanup. You know, your fate's in their hands when you're under investigation. But oftentimes when you're under investigation, the way the norteños are going to treat you, a vast majority are going to break spiritually. Like, man, and that's how they're going to do me? Like, they're just questioning me. They're not doing this or doing that. They're just questioning me. So why you got to dog me out? You got to cut me off. You can't talk to me. The homies are looking at me funny. You know, you're going to see loyalty really disappear and disintegrate real fast when somebody's questioning you and somebody's questioning your loyalty. One person questions your loyalty who happens to be rank and file, everybody's going to question your loyalty. Even if they put in work with you, even if they know you're in the right, they're going to look at you like you're in the wrong because they have to conform with popular opinion. So a lot of people got deemed for that Weddle T situation. Then New Flowers, even though they were sharing yards with Bulldogs, they were still considered active because they didn't go PC. A lot of them were paroled to the streets, taking over cities little by little. And there was a lot of them in Tulare. So in 2004, they put out a filter. And I remember because we had to go looking for them. Now, mind you, I was only 16, about to be 17 around this time. Like between 15 and 17, I was around those ages. Where they sanctioned out a filter. They mentioned Silver, that he was green lighted for stealing money from the regiment, like 60 grand and some other stuff. And then they mentioned Weddle T. Then they mentioned all these different New Flowers that had to gun them down. See, like what you see today is, you know, they're targeting DOs. They want to clean up their neighborhoods of DOs, but we know that's not happening. And it sounds good on paper and it sounds good when you know, word of mouth, but I've shared with you guys so many stories of actives kicking it with, you know, quote unquote dropouts, people like myself, to how they identify me. It's just some people just don't really care too much to follow all the rules, and yet they're gonna get deemed for that because, you know, this fool was a homie, but politics did him dirty, but they don't care. That's still a homie. It is what it is. That's how the politics really work, man. People are gonna either choose them, favor them, or ignore them. So they had everybody looking for New Flowers, and I was like, bro, what the hell's a New Flower? They didn't educate me. All they did was put a gun in my hand, told me, and when the homie said, let's go ride, let's go look for him, let's go over here, let's go over here, let's check this spot, let's check this spot, let's bang on him, let's bang on him. You're talking about somebody that's never been to prison. I was only been to YA, so I don't know what prison politics look like. I don't know what a New Flower looks like. Didn't even really know too much about, you know, a norteño with status, what they look like. Every now and then somebody pop up, I'm like, man, that's somebody right there. This is before I got involved with the regiment. So I'm running around at the age between 15 and 17 looking for New Flowers, not knowing what a New Flower is. They didn't educate me on it. And that's crazy. They didn't educate me on none of it. They just said it was a dropout gang. and that they're against the NF, so we got to kill them. So I'm from 15 to 17. I'm running around with a gun, trying to prove myself to the homies that I'm loyal to them. Willing to kill somebody that I don't even know what they are, what they stand on, what they look like, what kind of tattoos they have, identifying marks. So literally, I could have been driving in the car, and any homeboy in that car could have been like, "Hey man, shoot that fool. He's a new flower," and I would have did it. Very careless, very dangerous. So much stupidity in those actions. But when I watched this video, I thought of one thing. I had this video I had created, and then I just decided not to do it. Even though the homie has came through with some great information for you guys on YouTube, some great content that I've shared with you. He informed me of this one, and I couldn't drop it. But it was about a norteño rapper from the Bay Area presenting himself as to be active. But then I had everything to indicate that like he wasn't active. The letters he wrote to his girl, what the girls were saying, the pictures of the persons that he was kicking it with that were active. And then slowly but surely, the street started finding out about it. I'm putting out information to, redirect the kids. And I'm also putting out information for those that, are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Make the decision, bro. You continue to live this lifestyle. This is what's going to happen. Doing it on a lot of different bases, but I couldn't put that information out on the basis that, dude, he's over there kicking it with a lot of actives. They could have gunned him down off of a YouTube video. So I had it for a long time, and then when I lost all my videos, it disappeared, and I was like, I'm glad it disappeared, because I had his pictures. I had pictures with him and another girl that's a norteña rapper that's very popular, very famous. I had so much dirt, and I put it together in a video, and I didn't do it subconsciously. I was like, bro, I just can't, bro. This is just one of them videos, and I have to learn that. Every time somebody provides me information, is this information worth putting out? Or is this information just a little bit too dangerous where I can cause a lot of chaos, I can cause ruckus? I pick and choose. I'm not trying to get people hurt. I'm trying to get people to open their eyes. That's it. So I withheld that. And I just sat there, and I can only imagine that me putting out that video showing that, he was quote-unquote inactive. He could have got targeted based on the people he was claiming to be, what he was claiming to be, who he was hanging around with. And I'm so thankful. I don't care what anybody says. I'm so thankful I didn't put that video out, because, a lot of people accuse a lot of social media content creators as we're doing it for the views. We're doing it for the bag. Bro, if I broke down how YouTube really works, bro, the people that are making the bag, people that get millions of views, they're getting the bag. When we're getting 10, 20,000 views, that's why people drop like 2-3 videos a day on every single topic in the world, just to stack up, $6,000 to $8,000. So it's not a big bag. The views, there's a whole process. I could break it down to you and embarrass YouTube how it really works, but that's a video for another day. So no, I picked and choose. That video could have got a good 20, 30,000. And there was a moment on YouTube where I was just dropping video after video after video. Any subject matter that came up on YouTube that I seen even somebody else talk about, I could say something about it. I've learned to discipline myself and say, you know what, if I don't feel like talking about it, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't need the extra 30, 40 bucks. If it's not a subject where I can really elaborate on and sound intellectual and present myself, sophisticated and articulate, then I don't want to do it. I can go a day or two without, I can go a week without dropping a video. One of my videos now has to be of somewhat of great importance and with great substance. So seeing this video, man, was just a quick reminder that I'm thankful that I didn't drop that video. Because there's going to be a lot of people out here that claim they're active and they're not active. But if that's the life you want to go back to, bro, more power to you, man. I just feel bad for you. Like, I came on to YouTube saying I was a SNY, saying I was part of a gang, left that gang. People make fun of me to this day that I'm a drop out of 2 gangs. So what? At least I'm living a normal life, a sober life, a great life, and a free life. I'm not putting myself in situations and surroundings where I can either go back to jail or get gunned down when people find out. But yet people are going to continue to do that. Some people just don't want to leave the lifestyle. This lifestyle is everything to them. And so I get it, and people don't like that I say I get it, because the lifestyle was fun, it was entertaining, it was fascinating, but it's still dangerous. Don't ever forget the aspect of the life that is still dangerous. And I wish I can just tell them, like, look, bro, in the past 2 weeks, I went to like 5 different arcade games. I went to a virtual reality in Cali. I did like 4 different lakes, man. I went to like certain beaches. I went to certain rivers. More to life than that street corner and that street sign and that streets. There's more to life than driving around with a pistol on your lap looking for somebody to hunt down. Trust me, I'm hunting big girls down, bro. I'm hunting baddies down, bro. I'm not hunting no more gang members. I'll tell you that right now. I replace one thing for another, a negative with a positive. Which reminds me, I don't know if I should tell my new torta video, man. That one's dangerous. That's probably the worst one I've ever had. So I don't know. You guys are gonna have to really convince me to really do that video. So wanted to leave that message on that note. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.